a few minutes, I want to talk to y'all on the subject of Jesus, my best friend forever. Jesus, my best friend forever. As we close out this conference year, there are some things that have happened to us. There are some noises and some problems that we've had. But throughout this time and throughout this whole season, we've learned something about ourselves. We've learned how to work together, how to talk together, and how to be calm and rational when we're dealing with things. But also during this season, we've developed some folks who will be friends of ours for the lifetime. I want y'all to understand something, that in your life, friendship is a very valuable commodity. And you only get a few people that you can truly call friends in your life. Yes, my brothers and sisters, there are some people that you will give the tag as friend, but they will not meet the obligations of being a true friend. There are some friends that we call fair weather friends. There are some friends that we call the ones who come by and stay by you when you got what they need. But we ought to all subscribe to and look for a friend like Jesus. A friend that would, regardless of your situation, will not talk about you, will not criticize you, but will speak truth to you. Jesus is my best friend. Yes, my brothers and sisters, in the friendship zone, Jesus ought to be the role model for every friend you have. In the friendship zone, Jesus ought to be the one that you look to give you the understanding of who you're supposed to pick out as a friend. Somebody said, Pastor, I can't find no friend that's going to equal up to Jesus. And yes, you, my brothers and sisters, are not going to equal up to Jesus either yourself. But you ought to find folks who are striving to be like Jesus. And if they're striving to be like Jesus, they'll be striving to become a friend like Jesus. Can I tell y'all something? The truth of it is, in life, you're going to have some folks who are going to let you down, who are going to mess up. Some people that will tell you that they're going to have your back, and when you're in trouble, you'll turn around and you will not be able to find them. But that is not Jesus. Jesus is a friend that will invest in who you are. Jesus is a friend that will make a commitment to your relationship to him. Jesus is the type of friend that will go put bail up for you with his last. Can I put it that way? I've had some of my friends in this lifetime that have gone to jail, and I've had to bail them out. But I didn't have to use my last. I used my excess. But Jesus is the type of friend that will go to the bail bondsman and give everything to him that he has to cover the cost of your freedom. Oh yes, my brothers and sisters. When Jesus refers to people as a friend, he means it sincerely. In other words, Jesus is saying to us today that I'm telling you what a friend does. A friend will sacrifice everything that friend has for you. Oh, my brothers and sisters, let's just look at the life of Jesus and ask yourself a few questions while you think about it. Just imagine yourself being the Son of God. And imagine yourself sitting on the throne beside God. And imagine yourself living in the laps of luxury. Imagine yourself having angels at your beck and call. Imagine yourself walking around on gold-paved streets. Imagine yourself living in the mansion of mansions. Imagine yourself, y'all, I just want y'all to get it in your head. Imagine yourself not having to worry about anything. Imagine yourself in a world where nobody talks about you or picks on you. Imagine yourself living like that. And then making a sacrifice to come down here on this here earth. That's a friend, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I got to be real with myself. I know what Ben Lightner would do. If I was in heaven right now, y'all, and the Lord said, Ben, I need you to go down and see about my people. I would begin to question, Lord, why I need to leave when I'm with you. But sometimes in your life, God's going to ask you to be a friend to somebody because they need your friendship. Is the only way they can make it to where they got to get to. Oh yes, my brothers and sisters. Jesus wasn't concerned about the pain he would endure, but he knew about it. Jesus wasn't concerned about the ridiculing, but he knew about it. Jesus wasn't concerned about the fact that it was going to talk about him, but he knew about it. Jesus was concerned about my salvation. Jesus wanted me to get to a place where I can be where he's at. In other words, where I can dwell in peace and harmony with God at all times. That's what an investment is. And an investment in your life is something that Jesus has done since the beginning of time. Oh yes, my brothers and sisters. There's no one else. There's no one out here that would be willing to make that type of a sacrifice for me and you. There's no one out here who would be willing to die so that his enemies could be saved. There's no one else who would sacrifice his life for people who would dishonor him and neglect him. There's no one else that would go to such great measures to see that I had a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance. Only Jesus would do that. When Jesus said, I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, ye may be also, he was talking about giving you a second chance to get it right. Oh, yes, my brothers and sisters, Jesus did that because he's a best friend. And the reason I call him a best friend forever, because he was there before I was formed, and he'll be there when I'm gone. Y'all will get that in a minute. In other words, he knew who I would be, he knew who I could be, and he knew who I wasn't at the very moment. Jesus is looking to help you, but you got to do your part. Oh yes. Then there's something else that you ought to know about a good best friend forever. A good best friend forever will keep your innermost secrets. In other words, if y'all don't know it, I'm going to give it to you straight. All right. If you got a best friend that you've had for a long time, that best friend often has what? Other best friends. And when you tell that best friend something, you know how we do it. You say, listen here, I'm going to tell you this, and please don't tell nobody else. There's something about the best friend relationship down here on earth that does not reconcile to the best friend relationship you have with Jesus. You see, with your best friend relationship with Jesus, you can tell Jesus your darkest secrets, and Jesus will hold on to them and keep them and won't watch this, y'all, scandalize your name. But oh, my brothers and sisters, that best friend you got down here, the one that you depend and count on, every once in a while, y'all, they have to tell somebody else. Every once in a while, they happen to mention to somebody else. Y'all know how it goes, because all of us have been given to it. So-and-so told me this, and I ain't supposed to tell nobody. But I just couldn't keep it to myself. You know how y'all do it. Can I just be real with y'all? And then they begin to tell your story to that person. And when they finish telling the story, you know what they say? Don't tell nobody else. This between me and you. And then that best friend, y'all, goes and find their other best friend. Now you got 3 people involved in your best friend relationship. And they do the exact same thing. And pretty soon, y'all, your whole story is out. But that's not how Jesus does it. Jesus keeps your best secrets, your innermost things to himself. Jesus holds on to those secrets because Jesus understands the power and the pain of letting your secrets out. But y'all got to get it this way. Whenever those intimate secrets that you have with Jesus, you give to him, Jesus does not use them against you. He uses them to help you. In other words, when you go to Jesus to tell him your innermost secrets, he already knows your secrets. He's just allowing you to confess them to him. And when you confess to Jesus and to the Lord, there is an understanding that he will protect and provide for you. What Jesus does with your secrets when you tell him to, it causes something that's called conviction to happen. And when you become convicted by something, you begin to change. Intimacy with a friend will allow you to be open and honest with them. And when you go through that change with Jesus, there's something about how he takes your secrets and holds on to them, but yet speaks to your soul and to your spirit and lets you know that it's going to be all right if you accept me and if you turn. Well, yes, my brothers and sisters, most of the time, secrets are told for shame. Because when you're ashamed of your history and your past, it often becomes bondage for your future. When you can't get over your mistakes and your problems, they begin to eat at you from the inside. When you made mistakes and you don't know how you're going to get by them, the devil takes your secrets, the things that you're ashamed of, and allows it to build a wall around you to separate you from God. In other words, don't let your secrets keep you from getting close to God. Because the only way, y'all, you can have an intimate relationship with anybody, you have to be open to them. In order for you to have an intimate relationship with God, you got to have an open relationship with God. And if you have an open relationship with God, that requires what I call dialogue. In other words, it's a two-way conversation. You got to talk to God and let God talk to you. You got to tell God what you've done, even though He knows. And then you've got to allow God to speak change in your life. Lord, I got a cursing problem. Lord, I got a drinking problem. Lord, I got a sex problem. Lord, I got a lying problem. And the Lord will tell her, give it to me. Put it on me. Because I can carry it. You can't handle it. That's what God wants us to understand. God wants you to understand that I'm going to prepare a place for you that will not have to deal with your problems. Because when you get there, you will understand that I have an intimate relationship with you. Y'all, I'm almost done now. But as I drift back in to the text, I want you to realize something. That not only is God investing in you, all right, not only is your relationship with God intimate, but God wants to get involved with you. I don't know about y'all, but if you've ever been dating, the first part of dating is the investment of getting to know somebody. All right. And then when you get to know them, there's an intimate part of you where you let down and pull your guards down because you get comfortable talking to them, praying with them. But whenever you finish that stage, there's a stage called involvement. That means you begin to walk and talk together. That means that you begin to look out and reflect. That means that you have got to the point, like the text says, that you're no longer a servant, but you are a friend. Because you have knowledge of various things that are going on in your lives. And I want to let y'all know this morning that I thank the Lord for His friendship with me. Because without His friendship, y'all, I would not be able to do anything. But there's something about the friendship that we have with the Lord. If you read on down, y'all, it says it this way. It says, I chose you and you didn't choose me. In other words, I saw something inside of you that was beneficial to the kingdom. We ought to be able to tell our friends that we have chosen. I chose you because God told me to choose you. I don't know about y'all today, but then there's this last part, y'all, that it says that the friendship was ordained by Jesus Himself. When something is ordained, y'all, that means it has a signature that has been signed by the Father. And whenever God signs or ordains something, it's going to be. I don't know about y'all, but He said His promise is that you will remain and that you will develop and grow fruit. I don't know about y'all, but God is calling you right now into the fruit stage. In other words, God is saying, I made you my friend, and I made you some commitments, and I promised to do some stuff, and I want to make this relationship the best relationship that you can possibly have. And on this here earth, what we call the best relationship is what I call the friendship relationship. Can I tell y'all something? Some of us right now that are sitting out there or in this field or in cyberland have some relationships with people who are not our blood, but we call them friends. And the reason you can call them friends is because you can see what God has done to bind y'all together. If I was a preacher, y'all, and I knew something about friendship, I'd tell you this right here. I'm going to tell y'all about a friendship that ought to make you cry. David and Jonathan had a friendship that went past bloodlines. It went past hate. It surpassed family. That's the kind of friendship that God wants you to understand today. God wants you to understand that I'm looking for friends that are closer than a brother, closer than a mother, closer than an uncle. I'm looking for a friend that can help me when I find myself in troubled times. I believe the writer said, what a friend we have in Jesus. All of our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to the Lord in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit when you lack friendship with the Lord. Oh, what needless pain we bear when you lack friendship with Jesus. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Then the songwriter said, we have trials and temptation. Is there trouble anywhere? I don't know about y'all, but every day, y'all, I lift my hand and I deal with trouble. We should never be discouraged because we can take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful that will be there for us? And I just stopped by today to tell you, if you need to know somebody like Jesus, you ought to have to understand it like this. If you have a friend that will go, that will come from heaven down to this earth, if you have a friend who's not concerned about what folks have said about you, if you have a friend that will go to bear for you, if you have a friend that will comfort and keep you, if you have a friend that when things get bad and stuff get tough, will come down and see about you. But I want to tell you about a friend like Jesus. A friend like Jesus will leave heaven and come down to earth. A friend like Jesus will allow people to talk about them and turn their back on them. A friend like Jesus will be beaten and persecuted, lied on, taken from courtroom to courtroom. A friend like Jesus will go to Calvary's cross and lay down his life for somebody like you. A friend like Jesus, when he got all power in his hand, will allow them to stretch him wide and nail him to a cross. A friend like Jesus, y'all know what I'm talking about right now, who will comfort and keep you in your trouble. But you ain't got a friend in the world who's gonna do this for you. A friend like Jesus who will die for you on an old rugged cross. A friend like Jesus who will drop his head in the locks of his shoulders and die and die and die. But this is the kind of friend that Jesus is. after you talk about and treat him bad, after he has died, y'all, a friend like Jesus will get up, not with little power, but with dunamis power. All power in his hand. A friend like Jesus will go up, go around, talk, pray for you, deliver you, and heal you. A friend like Jesus will hang out for 40-some days and then send you a helper. A friend like Jesus will make a declaration without coming back for you one day. A friend like Jesus, I'm telling you that when I come back, I want you to be ready. A friend like Jesus will instruct you on what you got to do to get ready when you come back. That's the kind of friend I'm looking for. Because a friend like Jesus is a friend forever. Not a farewell friend, not a social friend, but a friend who is looking out for your best interest. So I charge you today, make Jesus your best friend forever.